please.
Trustee Anselmo.
Here.
Trustee Berger.
Here.
Trustee Zalek.
Here.
Trustee Giesser.
Here.
Trustee Frizzalone.
Here.
Trustee McCarthy.
Here.
Mayor Severino.
Here. Please stand and face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there a motion to approve our minutes of our July 17, 2023 Village Board meeting?
So moved. Second.
Moved by trustee McCarthy, seconded by trustee
Anselmo.
Anselmo. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Anselmo.
Aye.
Trustee Berger.
Abstain.
Trustee Zalek.
Aye.
Trustee Giesser.
Aye.
Trustee Frizzalone.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Under our listening post, we have a check presentation to Operation Support Our Troops America. Would you come forward? There's actually two checks in here, I was told. They kept it separate. One is from the Carroll Stream VFW, and then one is from the money that was collected that night for all the stuff. So you'll get, it's a little bit more than what we thought it was going to be, but it's nowhere near enough for what you need. So
Thank you very much.
we'd like you to come up and take a picture with us if you would. And yeah, absolutely. How much it is? Oh,
Here, bring me some air.
There you go. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
so the two checks combined come out to $1,200.
Okay.
1,000 was raised by the trustees that sold the raffle tickets.
Okay.
And then 200 came from the VFW, which was that's a real big deal for them
Yeah.
to be able to, because it's everything with them is quarters, nickels, and dimes.
Right.
People throw in change and, I mean, they
Yeah,
sit
it all
there
adds up.
trying to collect money, and it's very, it's heartening when you see it, I mean.
Yeah,
And I know what you go through, I've been in where you're at and how you pack them boxes.
right.
And most people don't understand what the cost is, to put one of them boxes out.
Yeah,
I mean, we used to collect products and bring it there, and then when
Okay.
we figured out that you need money more than
Right,
anything.
yeah.
Hopefully next year we'll be able to do better. Maybe we'll find somebody to help match some of that money, so.
yeah, that's awesome, because the money goes to send the care packages to the men and women serving around the country.
And
Once
freight's
you
got
take-
nothing but
take-
more
take-
expensive.
Yeah.
take
Thank you
my-
for what you do.
And then,
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about what happens
Okay,
at the
sure.
mic. We happen to have a state rep in the room too, Did you know that?
No pressure.
He didn't know.
Yeah, so Operation Support Our Troops, we send care packages to men and women serving all over the country, anywhere from Afghanistan to Iraq. We have a Christmas program. We send Christmas stockings to all the troops, wherever they're stationed. It was founded in 2003 by a Deb Rickard, and she had two sons that were serving in Iraq at the time. So she started sending care packages to them, and then it just expanded from there, and, to all the troops.
What do you generally put in the care packages?
Just basic necessities, could be gum, candy, beef sticks, beef jerky, deodorant, we send wipes, just, sometimes you don't have time to take a shower, so just basic,
Personal hygiene and,
yeah, just
What have you.
anything,
It's a lot of work.
toothpaste, shampoo, soap, just everything, yeah.
Anything
Basic.
that'll it fights
Yeah.
the heat, because I remember going in there, everything that we used to bring in there, we used to bring in like a truckload of stuff, like a small truckload. And they have to weigh everything that goes in, check every date that goes in. And that was another problem we had. People would bring bags from home and bring the food.
Yeah.
You go into the pantry because you're going to a food thing and you grab two things you haven't ate in 5 years, you throw it in the bag and give it to somebody. It's been out of date for 2 or 3 years already. That's why we decided to do this way rather than try to do it the other way.
Yeah, Operation Support Our Troops also supports troops veterans when they come home. Give me financial help up. They have a hard time paying their rent or just, and then we have a yoga program for veterans to, go to when they come home. And then we have a Leap of Faith event every year for the parents that lost their loved ones in service. And it's like a seminar and it's usually like North Carolina or Florida every year, so.
I never thought of it. I run with a group that's looking for stuff that we could do for the military.
Yeah, they do,
I'm gonna present that to them and see what I can come up with.
Yeah, they jump out of planes and everything. Yeah, so it's a pretty,
It's good.
yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
for being
Thank you.
able to help, and
Thank you.
thank you for what you do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Next thing on the agenda is Representative Diane Blair Sherlock, legislative update. Oh, there you go.
Connections are good.
Let's give him my card.
First, before you even get started, I want to say thank you for all that you've done to help our community even better. Every big event we have, you show up with your son or show
Yes.
up with your staff, and as the mayor and the board, we really appreciate that, believe me. Your involvement has been over the top, and we much appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I was actually telling your manager that I think I'm spending more time here than the town I live in. You guys have some amazing events. I had the pleasure of this past weekend judging puppies, and boy, were they cute, and that was really hard to do. Geek Fest, my son was over the moon. Next year, I'm actually planning my costume for Geek Fest. I think it'll be a
Nice.
lot of fun, We're arguing a bit, my son and I, but I have some ideas. But I really appreciate the opportunity to come to the meeting today and introduce myself. I'm Diane Blair Sherlock, and I'm the state rep for the 46th district. So Carroll Stream, blessing, curse, I don't know, has 3 representatives, and I'm one of the 3, and I represent the northeast portion of Carroll Stream. And I have to say that Mayor Savarino has been extremely welcoming. We first met in January. He came to my office for an open house, and we've been working together collaboratively. So one of the things that Carroll Stream and other municipalities in my district was looking for was an increase in the LGDF funds. And we worked really hard. I became a co-sponsor on that bill, and we worked really hard to try and get as much as we could of an increase in the LGDF funds. We got an increase. It was a good increase, but it wasn't quite as much as we wanted. So we will be representing for a increase next year in the next session because we want to see that get back up to the pre-cut levels. Of course, there's a lot of varying factors. I also serve on K through 12 appropriations. So schools are a big priority for me. And I would like to thank the people in Carroll Stream that made donations. We've been collecting school supplies. Over the weekend, we had a back-to-school ice cream social and school supply giveaway. And we have extra school supplies, and we're going to be delivering them to 2 schools. I'm not going to tell you the schools yet, but one's not too far from here. And that's something that we are really looking forward to doing. But I want the people in Carroll Stream to know that I am one of the representatives here. It's the 46th district. It's the northeast portion, and my office is always available. I hear you, I see you, and I really enjoy Carroll Stream. And I thank you so much for your welcome and for the wonderful events that you put on and things that you do for your community. It's really a great community, so thank you.
Now, all that said, get up here and take a picture with us. And then if anybody's got any questions, they could. It's truly an honor to have you here with us.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Don't worry, I know your son too.
Oh, yes, yes, you do. Now, anybody have any questions? No? Good?
No, just that I appreciate that you're looking out for the communities and the residents, and you're available, and you get out and talk to people. You don't just, sit behind a desk. You actually get out here and talk to people, and it's much appreciated, not just by us, but residents. That's what they want to see.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So thank you.
And your staff, I really like your
Yeah.
staff.
Yes.
Even my son said the same thing.
Right.
My son's involved in politics in Bloomingdale.
Yeah.
And he said he really likes your staff. You've been a pleasure to work with for them,
They've been
and the staff is a pleasure to work with, so.
I have part of Bloomingdale too, yeah, so that's how, I've got that connection as well. But, yeah, and I think it's important because a lot of people aren't familiar with their representatives, and I want people to know and to know that my door is open. And, as a representative, I work collaboratively with the villages, right? And which is why I've established a good relationship with Mayor Severino and with the manager, so they know they can reach out to me if they need something on the state side. We handle constituent services, which normally involves issues with state agencies and moving things along there. But we don't tell towns what to do, right? We work with the towns. And I think Carol Stream is amazing. And your center over here where you have your events and that fountain, wow. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you for being part of
It's
it
so
and
nice.
moving right in the crowd. I
Yeah.
mean, I know you walked by Trustee Geezer, you knew right away who him and his wife were, Kim.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's taking pictures and everything. And that's what we look at. That's what we want Carol Stream to project, that family open to everybody to come here. And thank you for being part of that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do we have any addresses that came in over the internet?
No, we don't.
No, none? Did you check the back? There's nothing in the back? Okay, so then, I guess we can get right into, their motion to establish a consent agenda?
So moved.
Second?
Moved by trustee Anselmo, seconded by trustee Frizzaloni. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Trustee Anselmo.
Aye.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Geezer.
Aye.
Trustee Frizzaloni.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Madam Acting Clerk, would you please read what's on the consent agenda?
Of course. Board and Commission reports. Plan Commission/Zoning Board of Appeals, EP Doyle and Son LLC/Bartels Auto Clinic, 160 South Gary Avenue, special use permit for auto repair. Zoning variation for rear yard setback. Recommended approval with conditions 5-0.
Yes.
Yes.
Old business, proposed amendment to section 13-2-37 of the Village Code, sewer line maintenance/replacement.
Yes. Yes.
I'd like to take it off. I've got some questions.
That has been taken off the consent agenda. Staff reports and recommendations. Waiver of competitive bidding pursuant to Section 5-8-14 of the Village Code and purchase of one Ford Police Utility from Curry Motors for a total cost of $43,277 and 5 Dodge Durangos from Thomas Dodge for a total of $205,787,000.
Yes.
Waiver of a competitive bidding pursuant to Section 5-8-14M of the Municipal Code and approval of a purchasing contract with Chicago Sign Company in the amount of $63,295 for the replacement of the electronic message sign located at 500 North Gary Avenue.
Yes.
Yes.
Approval of purchasing a 2023 Bobcat S76 skid steer from Atlas Bobcat under Sourcewell Contract Number 040319-CEC in the amount of $88,915 and accept $15,250 for trade-in of the existing skid steer pursuant to the provisions of Section 5-8-3B and subsection 5-8-14L of the Carroll Stream Code of Ordinances.
Yes.
Yes.
Waiver of competitive bidding and approving a contract from Charles Copley Roofing, Inc. for the replacement of the south half of the Public Works Center North Garage in the amount of $41,410.
Yes.
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 Approval of the purchase of 4 mobile lift stations from Safety Lane Automotive Equipment under Sourcewell Contract Number 013020-SKI in the amount of $67,012.61 pursuant to the provisions of Section 5-8-3B and subsection 5-8-14L of the Carroll Stream Code of Ordinances.
Yes.
Yes.
Award of a contract to Schroeder Asphalt Services, Inc. for the 2023 pavement patching at the bid unit prices submitted of $51,920.
Yes.
Yes.
Award of contract to SKC Construction, Inc. for the 2023 crack fill project at the bid unit prices submitted of $78,148.
Yes.
Yes.
Award of contract to Schroeder Asphalt Services, Inc. at the contract unit prices for the estimated total price of $99,825 for the Klein Creek Trail from Coon to Thunderbird/Bennett.
Yes.
Yes.
Ordinances. Ordinance amending Chapter 11, Article 2 of the Carroll Stream Code of Ordinances by decreasing the number of Class P liquor licenses from 4 to 3, 7-Eleven doing business as 7-Eleven number 38850H, 425 East Geneva Road, and increasing the number of Class PL liquor licenses from 4 to 5, 7-Eleven Inc., doing business as 7-Eleven number 38850H, 425 East Geneva Road.
Yes.
Yes.
That is ordinance number 2023-08-36. Ordinance amending Chapter 11, Article 2 of the Carroll Stream Code of Ordinances by decreasing the number of Class A liquor licenses from 17 to 16, CDT Enterprise, Inc., doing business as Playoffs Grill and Bar and Grill, 720 East North Avenue.
Yes.
That is ordinance number 2023-08-37. Ordinance amending Chapter 11, Article 2 of the Carroll Stream Code of Ordinances by decreasing the number of Class V liquor licenses from 21 to 20, CDT Enterprise, Inc., doing business as Playoffs Bar and Grill, 720 East North Avenue.
Yes.
Yes.
That is ordinance number 2023-08-38. Ordinance approving a special use permit for an auto repair and service facility and a rear yard building setback variation, Bartell's Auto Clinic, 160 South Gary Avenue.
Yes.
Yes.
That is ordinance number 2023-08-39. Ordinance amending the Carroll Stream Code of Ordinances, Chapter 13, Article 2, Section 13-2-37, sewer line maintenance/replacement.
That item is off. It goes with the old business item.
That item is off the consent agenda. Resolutions. Resolution accepting public improvements and reduction of security for public improvements related to 130 Easy Street and reduce the security for public improvements to a maintenance period amount of $5,170.80, 10% for a period of 1 year.
Yes.
Yes.
That is resolution number 3318. Resolution declaring public works equipment, chlorine analyzer, and shelter coat garage surplus and authorization to dispose of the property as proposed pursuant to the provisions of Section 5-8-15 of the Carroll Stream Code of Ordinances.
Yes.
Yes.
That is resolution number 3319. New business. Windsor Park Annual Benevolent Care Campaign Grand Reception, approval of a raffle license and waiver of the fee and manager's fidelity bond for their annual Benevolent Care Reception to be held on August 20th, 2023 at the Windsor Park campus.
Yes.
Payment of bills, regular bills, July 18th, 2023 through August 7th, 2023.
Yes.
Yes.
Addendum warrants, July 18th, 2023 through August 7th, 2023.
Yes.
Yes.
And that concludes the items on the consent agenda.
Is there a motion to put those items on the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by trustee Geezer, seconded by trustee Zalick. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Trustee Anselmo.
Aye.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Geezer.
Aye.
Trustee Frizzalone.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Your motion to approve those items by unanimous vote.
So moved?
Second?
Moved by trustee McCarthy, seconded by trustee Frizzalone. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Trustee Anselmo.
Aye.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Geezer.
Aye.
Trustee Frizzalone.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Okay, we go back to G1. Was that the one that was pulled off?
Yes.
Sewer line? Trustee Frizzalone?
I just have a question on the way that we have F1 written. It says that the village engineer or public works director have to determine that the service line, basically that we have to tear up the road. Here's my question. It seems to me that we should, why do we have one or the other? Like, what if, for example, here, Brad and engineering don't agree? Because, sorry, Bill. Brad hasn't been involved in the current issue that we have, but Bill has been. So, but what if Brad has a different opinion? So are you the tiebreaker in this situation? So this just, usually we have, like, it's under one department versus we kind of were ambiguously just saying one of the department heads is going to decide. So I would think anything underground usually is engineering, right?
Generally, it's engineering, yes.
Okay. But why did we write it that either or?
In case there's a difference of opinion, there was a standard that we looked at from the industry that makes these pipes, and I think we've come up with a standard for the offset that would require replacement as a result of the leakage potentially damaging the road. So depending on the video that we get on these service lines, we can make a determination whether it's a maintenance issue, tree roots, some other type of blockage, or whether it's due to the offset. We can change it to both. Previously, we had both. We had Public Works Director and Director of Engineering Services. In case there's a tie, somebody's got to make the, if one rules one way and the other rules another way, then we're kind of at a standstill.
So, but in this case, wouldn't all of you be sitting in a room together?
Generally, we are,
Generally
and that's what
making
we
this
did
decision?
with this last case, yeah.
Okay, this is the first time I've seen us writing it this way, so I just wanted to be clear.
Yeah, the previous version had both. It had the director of both departments.
Right. Okay. If the video, because I know we've been going back and forth with a particular homeowner, if we pass this ordinance tonight, the new ordinance, I want to make sure that if they come back with the video that we've requested, that we are not going to be able to, this isn't like a way that we're going to be able to exclude them from being able to participate in this grant program that we're putting into the ordinance because
long
it
as
happened before we.
Right. As long as the video doesn't show that there's tree roots blocking the service line or some other blockage before the offset, then it potentially could qualify. I mean, I can't say whether it will or not, because I haven't seen the video. The Paulings did provide the video that we got before, but it wasn't the video from the plumber. Apparently, he doesn't have that anymore, so it would have to be retelevised.
But if they submit that,
Mm-hmm.
we're not going to say because it was submitted after we passed
No.
the new ordinance.
No.
That's what I wanted to make sure.
No, the only situation where we wouldn't reimburse somebody is if they already had the work done.
Okay.
These are the reference was to old jobs.
Okay,
Yeah, yep.
okay. I just wanted to clarify a
That's
couple of
correct.
those points, that's all.
Yep.
Anybody else have any questions? Otherwise, all right, then, do we have to vote on both?
The ordinance.
Just the ordinance, not G1, because G1 was old business.
G1 was old business since we tied.
The ordinance is I-5. That's what needs to be voted upon.
Okay.
Okay. Then I will make a motion to approve ordinance I-5.
Second.
Moved by trustee Frizzaloni, seconded by trustee Giesel. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Trustee Anselmo.
Aye.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Giesers.
Aye.
Trustee Frizzaloni.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
We go into report of officers.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's been a few weeks. It's been an exciting few weeks, haven't we? We had the Ride for John. I unfortunately didn't attend, but quite an event, bringing awareness to opioid and fentanyl-related deaths. We had Tuesday night, the National Night Out. Thank you, Chief Homer and Officer Carol Cadle and the police department staff. We had about 2,000 in attendance, just an incredible day, incredible evening for the community. We had movie night, Moana, the final summer concert of the year. Brianna, just great job. This is your first year doing it all, just great job. I think this was a lot of fun this year, had a lot of fun. Neighborhood roll call. It was at County Park Apartments last week. We had almost 40 in attendance. I think there were residents there, but this week is going to be at Bighorn Trail and Walnut Circle. So as always, I highly encourage residents in your area to attend. We had the 6th annual charity dog show yesterday. What a blast. Dr. Contreras, Stephanie Vertucci. The benefit is for Vet Bros Pet Education Charitable Fund. They assist families that are unable to afford veterinarian care. Over 1,000 were attended yesterday. We had 61 vendors. There was tons of food, raffles, I think 7:15. They're announcing the winners, actually. The dog show, Bob Mock emceeing, was just awesome, as usual. I don't know how he does it. My own Cooper got second in the puppy contest, so thank you, judges. And lastly, we are in August already, so kids are starting to go back to school, or starting soon. So I do ask everyone to be aware of their speed through the neighborhoods, of course, in the mornings and pickups. And I'm just excited to say that all these events in Town Center, especially the last few weeks, just this is our community. This is what excites me being here, because I get to see our community just participate together. You see familiar faces every week, week after week. That's makes it exciting for me to be sitting here and watching this grow in our community. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Trustee Berger.
Thank you very much. Joe, I think, looked at Trustee Anselmo, I think, looked at my notes before the meeting and copied everything. So, but yeah, great job on the summer concert series. To the police staff for the National Night Out. That was really incredible. It was so much bigger than I was expecting, and I think we found the right combination of things for that event. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, but also a little emotional to be a judge for rescue dogs under 30 pounds and over 30 pounds, but I think we did a good job with it. And, you know, the stories that they told were tear-jerking, and as the owner of 2 rescue dogs, you know, you get sucked into that. So all of the events, including the Ride for John, which I was at, were all fantastic, so everybody did a great job. I would also like to wish my sister-in-law a happy 65th birthday today, and 65.
I check.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Berger. Trustee Zalick.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As always, following, Trustee Anselmo's all-inclusive report, I don't want to, repeat over and over and over, but I did attend a vast majority of the events that he mentioned. Great job over the summer, the police, the volunteers. It was when we wanted to get more of the town center involved with more events. I think we did that, and I hope we continue to make more and more use of the town center. I also want to mention that school is starting, and in my past years, there has been a lot of times people are not used to the sign restrictions of turning and hours, so just keep an extra eye on the time and whether or not you can turn left or right at certain streets by the schools, because they're there for the safety of the kids and the flow of the traffic. And let's keep our military and law enforcement in our thoughts and prayers, first responders, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, trustee Zalick. Trustee Giesers.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think State Representative Blair Sherlock said it well when she said the town center is a beautiful facility. And I think, Trustee Zalick just said it, how we're starting to utilize it even more so. I look forward to us developing new programs. Thank you to the staff, the police department for this week's National Night Out. Brianna, for your leadership and guiding the different events throughout the season, but it's not over. It's not over. We do have another big one coming up, and you'll probably be talking about it, but it's the Fall Festival coming up. You want to
Yes.
tell us briefly?
So save the date for Saturday, September 23rd. Our Fall Fest is coming up. It'll be a really fun event. We have a car show in the morning, a ton of food trucks, kids' activities, pumpkin decorating, and then we have American English for all of our Beatles fans. They're going to be playing at the town center. So go ahead and save the date for September 23rd.
And thank you very much. And again, as other trustees said, pay attention to the kids as they start going back to school. That is my report.
Thank you, trustee Giesers. You put me in a bad spot. That's my wife's birthday, September the 23rd.
Wasn't
Now,
me.
if I use my head, I can have her show up there and she'll think all them people are there for her. Because it worked. It worked.
It worked for the mom at the movie.
Oh, my God. That was, okay, well,
We could
thank you.
sing, we
We
could
got
sing
to
her
talk
happy
about
birthday.
that. That's good. Okay, who's next here? Oh, trustee Frizzell.
Wow, thank you. Like trustee Anselmo said, we've all been very busy. But it is worth mentioning again, National Night Out was phenomenal. I don't know that we ever expected that we would get that kind of a response, especially our first year changing venues and bringing in new groups. The partnership was just absolutely amazing. I know I told Chief Homer this, but what was really great was just the police officers had fun. Like, they enjoyed being there, they enjoyed interacting with our community. The kids really enjoyed communicating and interacting with the police department. And that's really what National Night Out is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about the police and the community coming together and having fun. And that's exactly what was accomplished. I don't know how Carol, kept going on, because I saw her almost every day the rest of the week, so she's got to be absolutely exhausted. But amazing job, because then the next day they were at a car show, right, in Westmont or something. Oh, I'm sorry, Lamont. I know.
Black on that.
And they won brought home another trophy for us for our Blue Scoop trailer. That's a great investment, by the way. Lots of trophies coming our way because of that. So just want to say thank you to the police department for that. The dog event is very near and dear to my heart. When the Park District decided 6 years ago, well, actually 7 years ago, that they were not going to be continuing doing the dog event, and Dr. Contreras came to me and said, I think I want to take this on. Can you advise? And I gave him everything I knew about running a dog event, and they have taken it and ran with it, and it was a great event. I think they were being a little conservative when they said 1,000 people. I would guess that they were probably closer to throughout the day, based on a couple of factors. They were probably close to 1,500 to 2,000 people throughout the day at the event. It was a great event. They do a great job. The enthusiasm was there. And yes, the judging it's not really the dogs staring at you looking for the awards, it's the owners. So we did senior dog and junior handler. Thankfully, there was only 3 children we had to disappoint for first, second, and third, well, 2 for second and third place. But the owners, they were into it. So it was a lot of fun. The one event that trustee Anselmo forgot to mention, it's not a village event, however, it is going on within the village this weekend. Grunt Style is having their 3rd annual car show. That is going to be happening over at their facility on Fullerton, so 400 Fullerton, I believe is the address. So from 9 to 3, this Saturday is the Grunt Style Car and Bike Show, I think is what they're calling it, motorcycle show. So please stop over between 9 and 3. It's been great, a huge attendance the last couple of years. So if you're not doing anything on Saturday, please stop over. Other than that, that's the end of my report.
Thank you, trustee Frizzaloni. Trustee McCarthy.
Well, like trustee Anselmo said, as we all say, just ditto. It's been a great summer, and the events have been fantastic. It really has. Chief, I know, the mayor, trustee Geezer, and myself have been at the better part of the last 20 national night outs. None of them were close to what you guys pulled off last week. And to know that, like, social services was out there, but that same day, they were over giving away school supplies and backpacks before they came there, correct?
Yes, sir, that's right.
So they had a busy day too. And again, we've got a great social services department that's inside of our police department that we've had for the better part of 40 years? 74. Yeah, almost 50 years. So it's a great group, and thank you to them for doing that. It's important to make sure, kids have the supplies they need even if they're unable to get them. But National Night Out, yeah, it was fantastic. The movie in the park, when it first came up, and I know a couple trustees talked about it, it ain't gonna work. The last 2 years have been, well-attended. Everybody has a great time. We were laughing at a mom scheduled her kid's birthday party there. It was perfect, and it's a kid's favorite movie, so we thanked them for setting up their birthday party for them. They did offer us cupcakes.
I didn't get offered one.
Oh, no? Oh, they were pretty good. But it is wonderful seeing, about 2 years ago during our goal-setting session, the board, one of our goals was to make better use of town center. And I think staff, you guys did a great job of doing that this year. And like was previously mentioned, I look forward to even maybe taking it one more notch up. And I know it's crazy busy, and we ask a lot, but it's so wonderful seeing the community get together, laugh and smile and have a good time, and bond together, which is what the Village of Carol Stream is about. We always, we throw out the one team Carol Stream, that's it again. 2,000-3,000 people show up at an event. It's just, and just have a good time. That's what excites us. We love being out talking to people. Everybody's out chatting with 100 different people at any one point, and it means the world to us when we can actually just commiserate with everybody. So thank you. Besides that, again, school is starting. Crosswalks. If somebody's in it, stop, let them cross. But bikers, if you're on the street, and tell me if I'm wrong, Chief, if a biker is on the street, the biker's supposed to follow the same rules of the road as us cars, right?
You are correct.
So they're not supposed to drive through red lights?
That's correct.
Oh, okay. So bikers, can you please make an effort to follow the rules of the road if you're on the road?
Can I add something to your report?
Uh-oh.
On Fair Oaks, there's a beautiful bike path.
Use it?
Beautiful bike path. And then the road is 2 lanes, which is not very wide. And I don't understand why the bikes have to use Fair Oaks and not the bike path. They're both asphalt. I don't know if it's faster on the road or what, but please use the bike path if there's one there to use.
I'd suggest the same on Coon as well, same
idea.
idea.
Besides that, summer's not over yet. Keep enjoying summer, but, as fall gets here, more rains will come, so let's make sure our storm drains are cleaned out. If you have the ability to do that, please do so. That helps us with stormwater. And everybody just have a great month of August. And in my report.
Thank you, trustee McCarthy. You let him cut right in while you were talking.
Yeah, of course.
Because
It's
you don't
John.
want people riding the bikes on the street.
I don't disagree with him.
Then have to merge over.
Have you ever noticed they wear spandex and they got that pointed helmet and down. and
Very
sit on the
aerodynamic,
handlebars,
yes.
And they're going faster than the cars are on that street.
I don't know about
Those are the
that.
expert bike riders that
Not that I'm speeding.
cause the problems.
You got that, don't you?
Brianna?
Thanks, Mayor. Just touching on a common theme here, I'd like to thank everyone who came out to the town center this summer and enjoyed all of our events. As someone who came on new and hadn't ever been to an event in Carroll Stream, to then being there every Thursday night and helping run the events, I was really impressed just with all the support from the community and seeing everyone come together. So thank you for coming, and also thank you for letting me be part of it. I'm looking forward to working on the events year-round with you guys. And to add, don't forget to save the date for Fall Fest. Looking forward to events running through the end of the year.
You forgot something. You got to finish with Julius. Shop and dine.
Dine in Carroll Stream.
Got it. You have been a pleasure to work with as the
100%.
mayor, and I know the
As the
staff.
board, absolutely.
You stepped right in and never missed a beat. And I really appreciate that. You've done an excellent job. I mean, we're coming to the end of the season, you know, with there's actually a few more things going on at Town Center. And thank you for the job that you've done. You don't get excited when at the movie night, we're standing there talking when the projector broke, and we had like 15 minutes to go, or 20 minutes, and I said, I got a plan, and I looked at her and I said, I'm gonna leave, wait 5 minutes before I get out of here, before you tell them there's no projector. I was joking, and you know I was joking. I said, just as we were talking, the guy came back with the suitcase and brought a new projector. But you never once got even flustered that you would have to get up and tell the people that there wasn't gonna be, having all them kids out there, that could be, the kids would mob you. I mean, it was just the way you
Especially that birthday
handled it.
party.
The way you handled it, I'm very impressed with the way you handled it, and staff that night, because it could have really went south quick if we couldn't show that, with all them people laying out on the grass, and then we couldn't show the thing, so. Excellent job.
Thank you.
Mr. Rhodes?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The only thing I have is my congratulations to Brad Fink on his appointment as the new Director of Public Works.
Wow, very good. You read your paperwork, huh? I
did.
Okay.
Joe, what happened?
It was first on my, it was first. I didn't read it.
Well, you said
It was
so
there.
much,
That's right.
the guy lost track of it, so he must have took.
I congratulated him
too.
last week.
I get Joe's list, and I make sure that if he misses anything, I follow up.
You paid me on the side, that's right.
Okay, come on. Mr.
Brad, congratulations.
Congratulations, Brad.
Okay. Bob, you ready?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Tonight, the mayor and the village board presented a check for $1,000 to Operation Support Our Troops. And I just want to thank all the residents and concert goers for donating their monies to that cause. All that money comes from residents and people that do the split the pot. So that was very generous. And then the next checks that will be given out will be for the food pantries, the 5 food pantries, and those will be checks of $280 each. So very generous residents in Carroll Stream. Just an update on some of the road work that's going on. The Canadian National Railway tracks on Gary Avenue, just south of Army Trail Road, will be completely replaced, and that roadway will be shut down beginning Monday, September 11th, with the completion of Friday, September 15th. So that whole week, that'll be shut down. There'll be a detour route listed on our website as we get closer. Also, the old roadway pavement here on Hiawatha, that will be ground down starting tomorrow. So they're going to remove about 4 inches of asphalt. And that'll take about 2 days. And then shortly thereafter, they will repave that road. So,
4 inches they're gonna remove?
yes.
Is that normal?
That is normal for an older road. We want to get a little bit better base on it so that it's not
I
as.
wasn't gonna say nothing, but I felt, you know, where I'm going, you're only knocking off 2 inches, and I'm the mayor, you know? It's like, 4 inches because he's the village manager, so.
In a couple of years, probably after my time, you'll get the whole 4 inches.
That makes sense. An older road would need more structure to it, so, yeah, because what I'm watching, you can't drive any place without finding something ground down today. So, I mean, I noticed it's only that much, so 4 inches seems like a lot to take out. But that's good. Okay, sorry, Bob. It's all yours.
The final thing is we have tentatively set October 7th as the WRC open house. Last couple of years, we did not have it due to construction, so we anticipate that construction will be complete by then. So that's the tentative date, October 7th.
Will that coincide with the fire department open house again?
It will.
Good.
Yep. That's all I have.
Excellent. Thank you. Well, I think we covered just about everything, except now I gotta go home and explain to my wife that you picked her birthday.
We're having a big party for her.
Surprise party.
Yeah,
Cars showing everything.
we'll decorate and everything.
I gotta try and explain that to her, because lately, it seems like I'm never home, I'm always out. And then when I get home, it's like, never mind. We'll figure it out.
She a Beatles fan? Tell her we got the band just for her.
God, yeah. So, Brad, thank you for filling in for Phil, and now it's your responsibility. Thank you. And Bill Cleveland, I can't say enough about you and your people. This is the most construction I could ever remember at one time going on, and I'm probably wrong, but it seems like no matter which direction I go in, there's something tore up or something that was just fixed. So much curb, so much sidewalk, so much streets being ground and redone. Is it just amazing? I mean, that you put that all together for this complete summer, and we're not done yet. So I think that's amazing. I think that we need to look forward. If we're ever going to do this many, we need to find more companies to get involved, because I think that they're moving from one place to the other. When I saw the big, I don't know what you call it, that rolls out the blacktop, coming down Fair Oaks Road from a job that was a half a mile, maybe a mile and a half away, I've never seen one of them drive down the street like that before. But he was coming from a job that they finished all the way down on, almost to Army Trail Road, and he was coming all the way down to Fair Oaks with that thing. And that moves about 1 mile an hour, and that's going fast, so it's like, and there was no bikes out there either, John. I mean, I've never seen this much construction, so I'm glad we're coming to the end. I've never thought I'd say I'm glad I'm coming to the end of summer, but this is the summer that's been to remember, between no rain and then too much rain. I mean, this has been very confusing for the animals and for the people, so. I would just cover all that we did this year at the park. All of it is fine. We all put our heads together, and the staff and everything. But if the people don't show up and we don't perform to the level of what they're looking for, they won't come back. If the bands weren't good, they wouldn't come. If the outing wasn't put together the way we put them together, the way it was put together with the staff and everybody, the effort that went into National Night Out is absolutely amazing what the police department done. I mean, there was so many moving parts to National Night Out. It used to be cook the hot dogs, cook the hamburgers, put it on a bun, 3 people sitting over here, give them the hot dogs, they'd wrap them up, put them. It was so simple. This was so different and so exciting for everybody that was there. And you could see the momentum building with everybody. Everybody was getting more excited because there was so much to do and so many things to see. I mean, to see the Army out there, to see the Marines out there. I mean, the rollover car was a big hit. I mean, it was amazing at how many things that the police department put together.
And the 501st.
Mm-hmm.
The stormtroopers.
Yeah, the stormtrooper, well, I mean, but it was everything. I have a picture of your son with the small child, I just showed you that picture, kind of like says it all at the dog show. I mean, I was taking pictures from one direction, Mary was taking them from another. When she was scared to death when she first saw your son as a stormtrooper, she was very off with her eyes down, and by the time he got done with her, she was fist bumping. And that's what this town is about, that's what we're all about, so. I just want to thank everybody for coming out. We're not done yet. I'll be at the Grunt Style Car Show. I helped put that together with them, with the police department. It's another police department thing that they get involved with, and it's amazing. And I got the mayor from Hanover Park is bringing his car out. I'll have one of my cars out there, and then we got 5 cars all together that we're taking, so. And those of you that remember the 4th of July, we're putting the rocket back up on the Jeep, and we're
Nice.
taking it to their show. I'm sure that their military guys will get a big kick out of the rocket on the top of the Jeep, so that's gonna, I shouldn't have said it, probably now it's not gonna be a surprise anymore, so. So with that, I would like to go, we're going to,
Executive session?
tonight,
Yes,
but there will be no action taken,
no action?
so we will end the meeting right here.
Yes.
So moved.
The executive session will be for the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of a specific employee.
Excellent. There a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
By trustee McCarthy, seconded by trustee Frizzaloni. Clerk call the roll, please.
Trustee Anselmo?
Aye.
Trustee Berger?
Aye.
Trustee Zalick?
Aye.
Trustee Giesert?
Aye.
Trustee Frizzaloni?
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy?
No. Seeing if you were paying attention. Yes.
Meeting is adjourned.